Hi friends, this is your pal Scott Garibay, and today we are going to talk about Dungeons & Dragons, and we're going to talk about Daggerheart, and this is my spiritual review of Daggerheart, the brand new tabletop role-playing game from Critical Role. What, Scott? What are you talking about? A spiritual review? Yes. So I have already done an emotional review of Daggerheart, and this is the spiritual review. That seems odd. It doesn't seem like it's a spiritual game. It is. It's pretty interesting. So one, spirituality is a major aspect in Dungeons & Dragons. For one, alignment is, literally deals with good and evil. The balance of your soul, is if your soul is weighed against a feather, is it lighter or heavier, right? It's extremely spiritual. Dungeons & Dragons is incredibly spiritual. The core four contains the cleric, who are literally worshippers of various gods and are evangelists to bring people to their gods, right? And literally millions of people have made evangelists in Dungeons & Dragons. But more than anything, what carries the spirituality of Dungeons & Dragons is resurrection, okay? Now, it's there for a reason, and it's saying that death is not the end. And this goes right back, and the word resurrection is not chosen lightly, right? Gary Gygax knew exactly what he was doing. He chose alignment, he chose clerics, and he was specifically attempting to redo the work of Tolkien. And all of that is coming from medieval English fantasy, right? And really medieval England, right? And this all comes from Christianity. The word resurrection is specifically there to indicate what Jesus Christ did. Jesus Christ was the only man ever resurrected. He came back from the dead, and death was not the end for him. And when you use the term resurrection, you are leveraging knowledge of 2 millennia of and actually you're leveraging 6 millennia of biblical truth, right? So resurrection is very specifically used. Daggerheart has an entire section that has the massive, huge type word resurrection, and it's there because you cannot beat that word. It is in Dungeons & Dragons for a reason. It's saying your character can be brought back from the dead after 3 days, exactly like Jesus Christ. You will be resurrected. You are beyond death. It's a really big deal. It's a really big deal because we die, like for instance, if we go on an adventure in IRL and we die, if you're not an evangelical Christian, you're going to be dead. You're going to actually, right, you will go from death to death. You will die, and then you will spend eternity in hell, right? And no one's going to bring you back to life. Whereas I will be resurrected by Jesus Christ exactly as Jesus Christ was resurrected, right? And this has happened for literally probably a million, I would say easily between 100,000 and 1 million Dungeons & Dragons characters in 50 years, right? And so resurrections, there's a system for it. It's there, and they completely recreated this in Daggerheart. They're like, we had to, Dungeons & Dragons has resurrection. If we don't, that's a major difference. It means that in D&D, when your character dies, you can come back. But in Daggerheart, when your character dies, you're just a sad sack in the dirt, just like regular people, right? Not like a cool evangelical Christian, right? And so this is a really big deal, and very much, this was a massive big deal, and was very important as far as having a spiritual aspect of the game. So what's my spiritual review of Daggerheart? 5 out of 5 stars. I think it's extremely important that, and I know this was painful. This was painful for Matthew Mercer, and this was definitely painful for Taliesin Jaffe to ignore their atheism and their agnosticism and embracing the evangelical views of the world to put resurrection in Daggerheart. Every single word you just heard in this video is my humble opinion. Nothing more, nothing less. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion. When you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.